Finally, prepay services to Africa. You can pay water, electricity, internet TV, pay your insurance and health, and even pay school fees. Oh, and by the way, you can also send airtime. A solution for Africa. AfricaPrepay.com. Check us out. www.africaprepay.com.
I can assure you that you never know the future. How will you be a better mom compared to how your mom was to you? And if you're a father, of course, why not sit down and listen to some of these stories and what I'm going to talk about with my guests to understand the topic that you're talking about today, toxic mothers. So Audrey, please type in your comment there and I'm going to add you from here. And then we begin the discussion right away. Thank you so much for all of you who are sharing the video, tagging your friends. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dennis Patty. Hello there. Irene Koskei, thank you so much. Market Jones, thank you for the tags. Marcy Maida, thank you for the tag. I really appreciate that. It means a lot to me. Viola, hi from Aman, thank you so much. Julian Derithu, thank you so much for your compliment and for your comment. All right, Audrey, if you can see and hear me, please type in your comment and then I'm going to add you from here. Let me know where you're watching from. Doreen Murungi, hi there. Thank you for finding time to watch this video. It's going to be a very short talk, so you don't need to worry that it's going to take so long for you to keep up. Just stay here, pick something that you might find very useful for your life, for your friend, and for any other person that you may like to share this with. Njoki, thank you so much for following. Karachuonyo, thank you for the tags. Thank you so much. Make sure today you tag a friend on a comment after saying hello to Benjamin, like Muhammad Rolin after saying hi to me. Tag one of you or your two friends on the comments. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Rolin. Moto Jacqueline, thank you so much for the tags. Tag any mother, tag any woman that you believe is gonna be a mother to be. Tag a friend, just tag a friend. Thank you so much, Jacqueline, for doing that to me today. Doreen, Barin, thank you so much. Domo Onsari, hey bro, I'm from Syokimau. Thank you so much. Twin, hi, my favorite color, watching from Ethiopia. Thank you so much, Twin. After you say hello, tag a friend. Margaret Mungai, hello there. Otieno OCS at Kisumu Showground. Thank you so much, my brother. Hi, Karachonyo, hi there. Naki Anna, hi. After you say hello, share the video to all the groups that you belong to the inbox of your friends, and more importantly, tag a friend on the comments. Thank you so much. Saoli Otieno, thank you so much. Davin, hi there, I'm here. And thank you for tagging your friend, inviting him or her to come and watch this video. Elsie, hello. Thank you so much. Thank you for tagging. Margaret Mungai, thank you so much. Mamake Vicky, hello. Watching from Qatar, thank you so much. Lusundo Susan, hi there. After saying hello, please tag a friend, and then we begin the discussion. Audrey, I can't see the green button on your phone. You may want to restart your phone, or please type a comment there and then I'll add you. Mary Kingati, see all the mothers, if you have teenagers, you have a young boy, a young kid, you are the only parent, you're welcome to this broadcast today. And even if you are not yet a mother, you may be interested today. My guest is coming through now. I'm adding her, and here she is.
Hey.
Just a moment. Hello, Audrey.
Hey, Benjamin, how are you?
I'm good. Long time.
Yeah, it's been a long time. That's true, but
Yeah.
I told you I'm gonna honor my word, so I'm gonna show up. It's only that sometimes we are a little busy. Life catches on, and you're here, you're there. So really, no biggie.
No problem. Welcome. You're looking beautiful as always. I like your necklace.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure about the earphones. I hope you guys can hear me clearly without any echoes. But I think this phone, because
I can't hear any echoes. I can't hear
Excuse
any
me?
echoes. Let me ask the viewers, can you guys hear us clearly? Let me read one comment from them. Some of them already saying you're looking gorgeous. My brother Danny saying you're looking gorgeous. What's
Thank
going
you.
on? Okay.
Let me try to follow you on a different phone because I cannot see the comments on this one. So just give me a minute.
No, they are saying twin. A friend is saying that they can hear us clearly.
Ah, that's awesome. That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
No, two people are saying there are echoes.
Just
Mary
give me a moment.
Kengati, anybody who can hear echoes. Hi there, Judith Sakala. Thank you so much for watching. We hear well. So those who are hearing echoes, probably it's their phones. The first question they're asking you on your head, they're asking, are you getting married or what's going on?
No, it's summer around here. My goodness, it's summer around here. So when it's summer, you go all the way because the next time that we're gonna be seeing the sun is gonna be maybe in the next 7 months. So when it's summer, it's just time to play, time to enjoy yourself, and time to be girly. So yeah.
So tell them you're not getting married, and it's nothing to do with wedding or marriage.
This is no, Benjamin. This is just a way of me appreciating myself, you know, and yeah, everybody should be able to look gorgeous if they want to. If they don't want to, that's their own problem. But my body, my rules.
Okay, thank you so much. Audrey, please introduce yourself to the audience.
I am Audrey. I am Audrey Love. For those of you who do not know me, but I'm very sure that a lot of people do know me. Yeah, I'm basically. I don't like to give myself those very big words because yeah, I just like to uplift women. I enjoy mentoring women also as well to come into their bliss and to come into their beautiful goddess within themselves. That is why actually I'm putting on this, you know, just to put the glow on. Yeah.
All right. So you do some talks on your live videos too sometimes, and you have a YouTube channel too. Yeah.
Yes, I do, because I think it's important that women are reminded of the sparkle within them, that women are basically reminded of the gorgeousness and the beauty within them. Unfortunately for women and a lot of women, we come into situations whereby life has given us a lot of baggage. Life has thrown, you know, some bitter things upon our paths. And this is why I'm also here today to actually address the issue of toxic mothers.
Toxic
I don't know how
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yeah. We can, Audrey, I don't know. Excuse me?
Yeah. What do you want to say?
I just wanted to, you know, I think for a lot of women, or rather, yeah, basically a lot of women, not just women, but also men, have lived with mothers who have not been the right mother figure for them. You know, we have actually been taught that a mother is a second God, which is absolutely true. But within this fraction of mothers, there are mothers who are, you know, very toxic. And when I talk about toxic mothers, I'm not talking about the mothers who just try to correct you or try to show you the way. Those are not the kind of mothers that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'm talking about mothers who have made it their mission in life to sabotage their children. There's such kind of mothers.
Wow. Some people are already surprised that those mothers exist. First of all, you suggested to do this topic today. And other than you trying to empower women and the way you have described from the beginning, why did you specifically choose this toxic mothers topic?
Because it's the one topic that everybody shies away from. It's the one topic that everybody feels like if they talk about it and they air their feelings, they get actually misunderstood. They get misunderstood because, as I said, we are all in the collective thought process that a mother is good, a mother is awesome, a mother is loving, a mother is understanding, a mother is caring.
Yeah.
So when you go to somebody else,
of mothers, yeah.
yeah. So when you actually go to somebody else who you're raised with a mother who is toxic, and then you actually go, let's say, to a friend, and you see the opposite of what you know. It's kind of, it's a very stark contrast, because you're like, that is not how I know my mother. That is not how.
I've been in that situation, actually, visiting some
Excuse
people.
me?
Yeah, I've been in the same situation. You visit some people, you go maybe for a function, a barbecue, and then you see the way the mother is treating the children who are your age mates, and then you're so surprised. And then you try to ask them, they tell you that our mother has been like this all these years.
Yeah.
I've been there before, yes.
And
Yeah,
you
please go on
see,
here.
yeah, those are the things that actually do happen. Somebody else, because your reality is totally different from their reality, and somebody actually just tells you, first of all, they doubt you. They go like, I don't think that is as you say. There's because that contrast is so split. It's like day and night. So a lot of people shy away from this kind of topic. Even just telling somebody, my mother treats me like this, and she actually treats the other people. It's not like these mothers do not have the ability to love, and it's not like they do not have the ability to care. If you are in such an environment whereby let's say you're 4 siblings or 3 siblings, your mother will actually just segregate you, in the sense that she is gonna love on the 3, but she is just gonna make it clear it's just the 3. You here, you are the outsider, and being in such a situation whereby even if you go to somebody else and actually talk about the same situation, about your situation, excuse me, and you find out that, let's say I just say my friend, I go tell them this is a family friend, I tell them about my situation at home, and they go and ask my sisters or my brother, and my brother goes like, no, we are not treated like that. Actually, our mother loves us, you see. But on the other hand, as I said, there's a split reality, because in your reality, your mother segregates you, but she loves her other 3 children, and she actually does make it clear, very clear. So,
and even tells you.
Yeah, it even tells you. The mothers who will actually tell you, I regret having, brought you into this world.
Actually,
people.
I have 2 stories I'm working on of the same situation, where a mother has kept on telling the daughter, simply because the father, the relationship between the father was not so good. The mother has kept on telling this woman, she is over 20, that she really regrets why she gave birth to her. And
Exactly.
that lady is so scared to come live and share that story. She said she's not confident enough to be my guest and speak about it.
And I can easily guarantee you, nobody is gonna come live and talk to you about their mothers, because one way or another, there's always somebody on a live who knows you personally, who is actually going to spill the beans to your mom. So I do understand that kind of a scenario. But on the other hand, these are things that we actually have to talk about, because there are women who are wounded. They are so wounded, because the first person you actually come into contact with into this world is your mother. Because when you're conceived, where are you harbored? You are harbored in the womb of your mom. So when that relationship, when actually your mom rejects you, you feel like your whole world is collapsing. You feel like everybody else is gonna, reject you. And the thing is, with mother, let's say that the that mother bond is what solidifies you and actually grounds you into this world. It's the first relationship that actually prepares you for the other relationships that will ever come into your life. So depending on how your mom treats you, or depending on how your mom perceives and receives you, is also the very same way you are actually going to project yourself into other relationships. Meaning,
yeah, you froze. Somebody tried calling you?
No, actually, it's the many messages that are coming in. Okay. So it's how do I put it? It's a mismatch for you in your in your head, because you have been programmed to actually be rejected. You have been programmed to sabotage. You have been programmed to self-hate, to there's a lot of issues that come with it. But I just wanted to, first of all, just give an overview of why exactly and what exactly I'm heading over to. I'm not trying to put any mom down. I know it's not easy for women to raise their children. And I know that it's also not, it's not a walk in the park. But on the other hand, I just want to concentrate on these few mothers who, sabotage the efforts of their children,
Okay.
That is what
So
I want to talk about.
watching you now, anybody who is watching you and already creating those images that you say, somebody waiting on the line. I like when you say somebody's waiting on the line to see and listen keenly. Is Audrey going to talk about her mother? Is she a mother? I know people already creating all these images basing on the stigma and the way you have said. Many people don't want to talk about a toxic mother, but your focus will be a few cases of mothers who are
these are going to be a
toxic.
few cases. These are going to be a few cases that have, I do not want also to mention names, and I do not want to put the personal people that I know in my life also on this platform. So I'm just going to talk without mentioning names. I will talk without directly inflicting any kind of pain, extra pain on anybody else. So I just, we are just going to talk about it. It's not pinpointed.
Generally a toxic mother.
Exactly. So I don't want anybody to come into my inbox afterwards and tell me, Lavinia, you were talking about me. No,
how
I'm
could
not
you
talking
go
about
live
anybody.
on public on Facebook and begin talking about a mother or mothers?
Yeah. So that is not.
That.
No, that is not my intention at all. These are just the few cases. So, and they do happen anyway,
All right, let's begin now. Maybe I will ask you the first question, obviously. What do you define as a toxic mother?
A toxic mother, for me, in my opinion, is a mother, as I said before, who, there's one thing that I always say, a mother is there to push you, but she can either push you upwards or push you downwards. And the kind of mother that I'm talking about is the mother that pushes you downwards, a mother that does not allow you, a mother that does not allow you to blossom, that does not allow you to be something that she's not, that does not allow you to be a woman, a mother that will actually break your self-esteem, a mother that will actually make you be against, she will actually, her job is to just make sure that people are against you. That is where she actually gets her, her thrill. It's where she gets her mojo, such kind of things. So what I want people to understand is also that these kind of mothers will segregate you. They will, apart from segregating you, they will do things to make sure you do not achieve your goal. So if you are a kid, maybe in our formative years, as I said before, we really do need mothers in our lives to give us that comfort, to give us that, that feeling of love and endearment and a little bit of, direction. But this kind of a mother is overly critical. There is nothing that you will ever do in her eyes that stands out, and she goes like, "Whoa, that was my," she will always be on the overt side. She'll be like, "Oh, you have done it. You think you're the only one who has done it. Okay, you're not the first one." Instead of cheering you on, she will actually sabotage your efforts in a very subtle manner sometimes, and very aggressively at other times. And if you are, let's say, if you're a school goer, or if you have actually achieved your first high school degree and you want to go to university, she will just purposely decide, I'm not going to pay your school fees, or I'm not going to bother with you. You're old enough. I mean, take care of yourself. Those are the kind of mothers I'm talking about. So these mothers do not push you up, they push you down. They want to see you suffer because there's something narcissistic about them. There's something so sadistic about them. So those are some of the examples that I want to give. And it's quite weird because I remember that I was actually, in my younger years, whereby we used to live, I call it a plot. If you come from Kenya, you know what I'm talking about. So we used to have one woman, I will call her Mama B. So Mama B was
just a moment, Audrey. I want to respond to one quick comment. Diana, I see you want to join. Today, it's a one-on-one talk. I will not invite many people. I'm sorry about that. I will do another show where I will invite many people to speak briefly. But I see many people want to join. But I just want to let them know it's just me and you. We already planned me and you today.
Oh, yeah, I will try and make it as short as possible.
No,
but
it's
if
okay.
they feel,
It's okay.
if they
I
feel they want to
show.
join, I've got no problem.
I will do another one, and anyone who would like to talk, they will talk finally. There is always another chance. Yes,
Okay.
Please go on. Yeah.
Okay, I was at Mama B's. Yes.
Yes, Mama B.
So
you're going to
I was
name
at Mama B's.
Mama B. Yes.
Now, Mama B was the kind of girl, okay, those days she was still a girl because I was quite young. Mama B was the kind of woman who was, you know, let's say very aggressive, but aggressive in a very weird manner. You know, she was the kind of woman who will actually, she had B was about, let me see, B was maybe about 9 years old then. And B was the kind of girl, you know, when they mature a little bit earlier and you can see she's quite pretty and things are forming and she's looking all that, you know, all nice and gorgeous. Mama B began almost like feeling the need to start breaking her up. You know, she began breaking her own child emotionally, in the sense that the kind of words that she would use on her, you know, the kind of words that she would actually use instead of correcting her, she would actually use them to break her. And it got actually to a point, because we were living in that plot, I say it for maybe, I think maybe 10 years or something of the sort. So by the time B was grown, I could also understand, because she was almost like my age. She was almost like my age. So the things that her mother used to do to her, and you know, once you are of age and you can actually understand what is happening to you and what is being done to you, we will actually gather sometimes the girls and we just talk about our situations in the plot, and you know, and once in a while we will ask her, why does your mother treat you this way or that way? You know, and we came to find out that the mother had a bit of fracas with the dad. So, and because B looked exactly like the dad, you know, so it was almost like a replica, almost like putting her down, because she felt like if she put her down, she was actually putting the dad down, you know.
Were they together with the father?
They were together with the father, but once in a while they used to, okay, I was a kid then, I couldn't understand a lot, but the dad was there, only that the dad was an on and off thing, you know, it was an on and off thing. So
not a very stable union.
Yeah, not a very stable union. So those are some of the things that she used to do to bring her daughter down. Now it came to a point whereby she would actually let she would actually let men, you know, kind of, I would say, use her daughter in exchange for monetary values. And this is whereby I came to realize, where B, we will talk and, you know, just chat. Yeah, she would say, you know, I am normally with this guy, because those guys used to come into the house and we would like, but that is not your dad. Who's that guy? And she would actually explain, and why are you with that guy when your mom is not around? And that is when she actually began to open up. You see, my normally this guy comes to the house and we do this yada yada yada, and yeah, in exchange, my mom gets to have the shopping done, gets to have the house paid for, gets to, you know, get a lot of things fixed up.
Yeah.
So and we could not understand that then, but looking back now, I understand exactly what was happening to B. You know,
and she must have been young at that time. How old was she when men were coming, or when the mother was using her to get the money? How old was she?
She must have been, at that time I was 11, 12, and she was 2 years older. So she was basically 14, 15, around that, thereabout. You get?
Okay. Yeah.
So looking back right now is when I actually get to understand what exactly Mother B was doing to B, you know? And it got to a point whereby that girl would, you know, disappear from the house for a few weeks. But of course, at the end of the time, I mean, at the end of the day, the mother would look for her and you know, it will be beatings after beatings. She had to be there. She was still under her authority, so she had to stay there. So these are some of the things, and I know some people do not believe this, but these things do happen.
Yeah,
they really do happen. So I think it is important, because in all of it, it is all about your self-esteem that is actually getting broken. It is all about your perspective in life that is actually getting broken. She is actually, what she's actually doing is actually, you know, break your confidence, the who you are in yourself. And then there are other women who, as I said before, they will just segregate their children. You know, these are my children, and this is you here on the side. You are not good enough. You know, you will never be good enough. It doesn't matter what you do. Some of these women, or these mothers, use their own children as cash cows. They will use you as cash cows, in the sense that they will only love you when you give them money, or when you're adding something to their life, something that is quick. And immediately,
so their mothers are using them as objects to get something, and to satisfy their feelings.
Yeah, exactly. And once they get that, you know, once you have already put that money on the table, once you put that shopping on the table, unatolewa macho, unajua, unaangalia hivi from head to toe, like, who do you think you are? You know? And the worst part about it is that because you long for that motherly love, you long for that motherly care, you long for that motherly approval, these women, they actually turn into people pleasers, you know, because they are so afraid of being rejected. They are so afraid of being, you know, put to the side, because it's an emotional pain. Being rejected is just an emotional pain. And to avoid that emotional pain, most of them actually will please you. You know, they will please you from, I don't know, you just need to say
do anything for you just to make you happy.
Exactly. They will do anything to earn your love. That's what I want to say. They're gonna do anything to earn your love.
So like Mama B, in Mama B's story, as she grew up, I can see a lot of comments coming in through people already interested to know how did it turn out, especially for that lady. But before you go there, how did it end up for that lady? And I can see here there's a comment here by Rosamund. It's exactly my mama, my God. Okay, you are talking about me. I don't know whether Rose is the one who texted me, telling me a parent. I'm not so sure. I will check later on. There are mothers who demand money from their children, but it's the same way you're describing Mama B, a woman who puts her feelings first ahead of the child and uses that child for her own satisfaction, like an object to generate income. That's exactly what Mama B was doing to the daughter.
Exactly. You know, it is always almost like a competition. Now let me tell you.
Yes.
This kind of mothers are, how do I put it? You might, let's just give another example. An example of whereby you unexpectedly showed up into this world, meaning you are a surprise to her.
Yes.
So because you are a surprise to her, that means she actually has to leave her job. Because you are a surprise to her, that means she has to cut her education short. Because you are a surprise to her, and maybe it's a surprise to the father left her because she was carrying you. You see where the bitterness comes from, and where this rejection actually starts?
Yes.
So it is something, it is a cycle. So it's a cycle that actually begins from conception most of the time, you see, and or it is also circumstantial, in the sense that leading on the circumstances unto which you were born. There are other women who were raped, you get?
Yeah.
There are other women who were raped, and
you are. That's the other story which I just mentioned. One of them is the rape case, and the other one is the mistreatment that you're describing here. A woman was raped, and she regrets she didn't carry out the abortion. Of course, gave birth to that woman, and that lady has been mistreated for the last 20 years, and she's one of my followers. So it depends with the circumstances. Any other? Yeah, keep on talking, please.
Okay. And there's that one that is the circumstantial part. I can see somebody who has actually written a comment right here saying that we should respect our mothers, and Otieno Shem, people should respect their mother because without them we are nothing. Underlined that nothing. So just imagine if your mother changing your pads or whatever, breastfeeding you, carrying you on her back, dressing you every morning. What a beautiful, yeah. If you had a lovely mom, good for you. If you had a lovely mom, please thank God for your mom. But I am
That's
just,
what I
as I
said from the
said
beginning.
before.
Yeah,
As
I
I
said from the
said
beginning that
before.
people are very lucky. We know our mothers are the best. If you ask anybody now, right now, they will tell you, I love my mom, I love my mom. But we are sticking to the toxic mothers.
Exactly.
Yes.
We are just talking about the toxic mothers. We are not talking and condemning the mothers who are good, well and good. And I praise the women who raise their children with so much love and affection. But unfortunately, as I said before, there are women who do not do that. Not every woman who gives birth has that instinct of being a mom. You know, not every
Especially
woman.
the circumstances. The point that you wanted to how did she conceive this child?
Depending on the circumstances and to which you came into this world, unfortunately, most of the time that determines how your mother receives you. It also determines how your mother is going to treat you. It also determines how your mom is going to raise you. Because if you are a product of rape, for sure, and maybe those days there was no abortion, maybe those days she had no money, maybe those days she had no idea she was pregnant. She just, like 6 months into it, and she's like, oh my God, I'm pregnant, because these are things that nobody used to talk about. Nobody can come here and talk about, I was raped and this is my child and this is the product of rape. And those days I am 100% sure that there was no, how do you put it? There was no adoption centers where you can actually take your kid to and, give them up or whatever. So depending on that circumstance, there's that affection that actually, there's that bond or there's that rejection. So if you are a product of rape, most of the time, definitely, if you have a great mom who maybe, went through therapy psychologically and somebody talked to her, there's a chance that they will actually love you and love you to bits, But on the other hand, if you are the kid that came and destroyed, according to her, in her head, you destroyed her life. You made her life impossible. You made her give up that job. You made her give up that, man. You made her give up a lot of things just so that she can raise you. Definitely there will be that, tension, that thing, because you're always that reminder of her, how do I put it, of the things that she never achieved, So you are constantly that reminder of, oh my God, because of this kid, I couldn't make
this
it.
This happened to my life. I don't know, sorry to cut you short. I don't know if you know the story of the musician, the gospel singer, Rington.
Can you expound on it, please?
Yeah, Rington is one, I would say, is a public figure in our home country and is perceived to be a very stubborn man. He has been moving around saying he's looking for a woman, he's looking for a wife to marry. But I was together with him in high school briefly before he couldn't manage to go on studying in that school. And then he was expelled because of being a troublemaker at school. But when you follow his story, which he has talked over and over in all interviews, he has said that his mother actually rejected him right from the word go.
Yeah.
And he grew up without getting any love from his own mother. And you can see the effect that has in him and to the people, the way people misunderstand him because their mothers, as you said, people are very lucky. Very many people are lucky. Their mothers really love them. But when your mother rejects you and treats you like a nobody or a regret or a mistake, it's very difficult to the child to grow up and even behave normally, even though this person grows up and becomes older. Yeah, he's there. His interviews are on YouTube. If the audience would like to watch and listen to his story, he keeps on saying this and this. My mother rejected me, and that's it.
Yeah. Now you see, the good thing about him is that he has actually used his pain to propel forward. You get? He has used that environment of pain because he actually, made up his mind, okay, it doesn't matter what I do. It doesn't matter what I will say. I will never be good enough for this woman. I will never be that golden child, you know?
Yeah.
So for a lot of, by the way, a lot of people who are rejected, a lot of people, not even people, a lot of kids who are basically been raised by toxic mom, and the toxicity was so prevalent. Most of the time they are high achievers. That one is, you will be so shocked. They are high achievers because they use other ways to validate themselves, because they never got the validation of their parents, or they never got the validation of their mothers or their fathers. So the only way that they can actually validate themselves is to achieve, you know, is to be high achievers. And when I talk about high achievers, these are not just people who get, I'm not just talking about the A's. These are people who go on to actually be something in the society. And you actually go like, why is it that the mother rejected this person? You see? But in a bid to fill that void, in a bid to actually feel good about themselves, they always surpass the odds. Always. Most of the time. You know? But there's also that other group whereby they get crippled.
They can't.
You know, there's the other group that actually gets crippled. They get crippled by just the fact that, you know, if I go out there, I am going to be rejected just like my mom rejected me. And oh my God, I don't like that feeling. Oh my God, I don't like that thing that churns in me when I get rejected. You know, there's always that flight or fight. For other people, that flight mode is actually, you know, it's almost like it's blocked, and they are now in the instead of fighting, they flight. When I say about the flight mode, sometimes they, like, you know, they just in their heads, in their heads, it's almost like you don't exist. This thing that doesn't exist, they just have that block. Woof, you know.
That's
and
what I said in the beginning about Shaggy. I know you know Shaggy, the musician.
Yeah.
Shaggy has been raised by a toxic mother, and in his interview in the radio station, he said he has finally decided to block the flight mode that you're saying. He said, I've blocked my mother. I will not talk to her, and I don't even want to see her. And that's just his decision, that he has tried everything. He has tried all he could as a son, but finally he gave up.
Exactly. Sometimes you try and try and try and try and try. And these women will, even when you're a high achiever, they will never accept you. As I said, you will never be good enough, ever. The whole world could be cheering you on. The whole world could be saying, oh my God, she's something, oh, blah, blah, blah. But she will never congratulate you. She will never say, you know, you have made me proud. She will never stand up and say, oh my God, that's my son. You know, because there's always that sense of competition, as I said. And for women, I know these things happen not just to women, it also happens to men, only that I focus on women. But there's always that competition for attention, you know. Your mom is competing, like, you will notice she's competing for attention anytime you show up, or anytime anybody comes and compliments you and tells you, oh, you got great arms. She'll go like, really? One of my arms are better than hers, you know? Or she will always find a way to actually reduce that compliment and just make it, water it down, you know? And this is something that is so internally emotionalized in a kid, you know, that some women do not even know how to accept compliments, because they are like on hold, you know. They are on hold because, oh my God, is that really good? I was never told that I was good.
They don't even believe when they are told that they are good or they are beautiful. They feel like
they don't.
You're being sarcastic.
They don't. Because you have always had you ugly thing. Kwenda huko, mguu kama baba yako, you know, those kind of things. You're not all that. Kwani unafikiri umetosha mboga? Sorry for speaking in Kiswahili, but some zingine, you know, when I talk in Kiswahili, that is when, but this,
I understand.
The
So
kind
these
of
women have been told so many negative things, negative words, all their life as they're growing up.
Just a moment.
Okay.
Somebody asked, between being toxic and being cruel, which one is is more painful? Let me tell you something about pain.
Yes.
You can heal when you talk about cruelty, and if that is cruelty that is physical, you can heal the physical pain, but you can never heal the emotional pain. Why? Because we are all emotional beings. We are all, you know, at some point in our lives, we are all going to be memories, whether we like it or not. We are all going to be memories. So we tend to go back to a place whereby we remember something because of what somebody said. And this is why somebody says words are a powerful thing. You know, once you put them out there, there is no way of bringing them back in, because what you said, it elicited some emotion in that person at that particular moment, such that she actually questioned herself, is this really my mom? You know, there's some women who have been, been done things. Like, for example, I read also just the other day that there is a woman who actually gives her daughter to the stepdad to sleep, or rather gives the permission to the stepdad to sleep with the daughter as much as he wants, And when actually the daughter came and actually told the mom, do you actually know what dad does with me? And this mom was like, who told you that I don't know? Of course I do know. If you feel that something has been done to you that you are not accepting of, you are free to leave. You are now of age, because guess what? You're 19 years old. I am not leaving my husband, and I'm not going to acknowledge your pain, and I'm not going to accept that things happen. That thing has been happening right under my nose and right under my, knowledge.
Yeah.
Because these things happen, and these are some of the things I know a lot of people do not want to talk about, and I know many women who have gone through them, but as I said before, I will not mention. But the society kind of just thwarts them into the corner, telling them your pain is not valid. How can that be? How can your own mother do such things to you? But the thing is,
how can you allow that to happen? Yeah.
Yeah, which mother allows such things to happen? And this is also a case of, I would actually put like also what's her name, Esa Arunga. She watched as her son was being done things, but she just kept quiet. We don't know why she kept quiet. We don't know why she never came out, or why she was actually protecting the husband. But this is also one of those traits of a toxic mom. Yeah. So sometimes it's not always that you have been brainwashed. Sometimes it is just the fact that they derive a lot of pleasure doing whatever it is that they are doing to you at that particular moment. So I just want to let people.
Yeah, like to add, sorry, so let me add, like you see a comment here by Diana Kilonzo, who said she wanted to join for me to add her to speak. She says this in her comment: the only relationship I have with my mother is just because she gave birth to me. And she goes on and say, all my childhood, I was asking her more often if she truly was my birth mother, or I was exchanged in the hospital. We are not friends, neither will be. She calls when she wants something. She's friends with the rest of my siblings, so I've always been alone. I turned out just well, for God remains to be God.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see, this is the segregation you're talking about.
This is the situation that I'm talking about. They are there, and Diana is one of those very courageous women who are actually willing to stand up and say, oh my God, that thing happened to me. It's true.
My mother did this to me.
Yeah. So let us not put people in a box, because I normally say that as much as we are beautiful beings, we also have the potential of being very sadistic people, because it's all about emotions. We are people who actually work from a place of emotion, whether negative or positive. So those are some kind of the mothers that I was talking about. And just to add on to what I have been, putting together. Yeah. is that, people have normalized it. It's almost been normalized because in our situation, let me just give a good example in the African setting. In the African setting, we have actually been taught that you have to respect your mothers, which is amazing. You have to
I've seen the
respect
comments here. People are saying, irrespective of all these things you're talking about, Audrey, we must respect our mothers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is not because you disrespected. This person who is doing this to you is not because you disrespected them.
You didn't do anything wrong to them. Yeah.
Exactly. Because it's not because somebody else will come and tell you, yeah, it was just a form of discipline. No, there's a very thin line between being a toxic mom and discipline. If your job is to just pull the self-esteem of your children down, all the time, and as I've actually given you the extremes, whereby a mom actually allows the boyfriend or the stepdad to actually continue sleeping with the daughters because, well, at the end of the day, catered for, or well, at the end of the day, she's a woman, I'm a woman. If she feels she's offended, she can leave. That is toxic. I mean, which mom in the right minds actually gives their children to be raped in front of them and actually, never, talk about it? It's always being swept under the rug. So we have normalized this thing in the sense that we want to put it like, oh my God, no mother can do no wrong. And that's the problem. That's basically the problem.
They're human beings. I normally
They're
say
just
my life
human
shows
beings.
that parents are just human beings. They make mistakes. Some of them make very big mistakes that can cost your esteem, your life, your future, your dreams, your goals. Because they're just human beings. At the end of the day, you will also become a parent. You will make a mistake, and you will hurt your children.
Yeah. And in the African setting, as a child, you're not allowed to speak about your emotions. You're not allowed to articulate your pains. You're not allowed to speak up. You are a kid. Shut up.
You're not allowed to say how you feel about your mother. You're not allowed to do that.
So you're not allowed to do all these things. But your mom is actually, they put it like, she's a god. You gotta worship her. You gotta be, you gotta pray for her until she changes. Let me tell you something. This kind of women, they never change. First of all, they never change. And even if they do change, that relationship has already been broken to a point that you are scared of even calling her or acknowledging her as your mother.
You see, like the comment of Rose Wanjiru. Can you see the comment of Rose Wanjiru there quickly?
Let me see.
She left home when she was 17 because of all the toxic nature of her mother, but she still respects her mother. You can imagine.
Yeah, and you see
that. Forgive her.
Yeah, and those are things that people need to differentiate. Respecting your mom and the pain she inflicts on you are two different things. And I normally say it is better for you to actually leave that environment, go somewhere else and love her from afar. Love her from afar, because this idea of you have to do this, you have been doing it for the last 17 years of your life. You have been doing it for the last 30 years of your life. That woman is never going to acknowledge you. That woman is never going to accept you the way you choose or wish to be accepted.
That's exactly
like
what Shaggy did. That's exactly what Shaggy did. Shaggy lives in the US, and the mother is in Jamaica. And he moved away completely and said, I will not go back there. I will not talk to that woman again.
Yeah, exactly. And these women, or rather these mothers, will prefer strangers over you. That's the weirdest part.
Wow.
Like, let's say they will prefer strangers over you. Let's say, for example, maybe your neighbor comes into your home, or one of your, let's say, cousins or whoever. That love that you have always been hoping for, you will see it so clearly, will actually be shifted to your, your friend or your cousin, and they will tell them the way they're beautiful, or they will actually take care of them, because we have grown up with cousins, and that in the African setting, sometimes we are with our cousins maybe 1 month in a row. We are with them maybe 3 months in a row, sometimes for a lifetime. And instead of your mom giving you your birthright, which is actually to love you, acknowledge you, and appreciate you. This attention is actually going to be shifted to your cousin. It's going to be shifted to your friend, and then they will start the game of comparison. Mono Kwangi, why are you not like your cousin? Why are you not like your, like your friend? She's so this, So they will just give you a tall order of comparison of what they wish. I wish you were like that. She's so pretty, or she's so beautiful, or she's so, the things that you long to hear will actually be told to your friend, will actually be told to your cousin. So it's not that they do not have that ability to love. It's only that they are so manipulative and so blackmailing that they will hold that attention and they will hold that oxygen, that you so desire.
If I remember Shaggy's interview on YouTube, I hope the viewers can watch that interview after this show. Shaggy said something similar to that the mother treats his friends better than him.
Yeah.
Yeah, the strangers, even though he's famous, he's a celebrity, and many people admire him from his music and all that he has done over the years. The last person to admire and support him is actually the mother.
Yeah. You see, so they will do
it like the opposite of all the followers he has on Facebook or on Instagram. The mother is like number one enemy to him. Yeah,
exactly. And that is just something that you also have to come to terms with, and you have to come to peace with, because as I said before, if she is not willing, she's not willing. You can push the button, she's not willing. You can jump the road, she's not willing, she's not willing. So it is up to you to actually decide, you know what? I am not getting that which I hope to get from her. So basically what I'm going to do, I'm just going to draw a line. This is how far it gets, and you move on with your life. You get? So
let's talk now. As we wind up, let's talk about how you say there are two groups of people: those who have gone through these toxic mothers, that finally they succeed and become better. They bring back their esteem. I mean, they overcome all this. But there's that group that you mentioned that cannot come out of these struggles. Let's just talk about them. Some of the things that they can do practically, even though they have grown over these years, going through all, like Diana and Rose and maybe Ringtone, some of them who have come public to talk about it. What can they do?
What they can basically do, first of all, is just to accept that they will never be accepted, period. That alone allows you to just cut those ties. Just accepting that, you know what, she will never be to accept me. She will never be able to love me the way I desire for her to love me. And that is the first step, because you want to be better for your children. You do not want to go through, or your children to go through, the same things that you've gone through. So what you need to do is cut ties. If you're old enough,
like what Shaggy said in his interview, he accepted, my mother will never love me, my mother will never accept me. And the mother also even told him, I do not like you together with your children. And Shaggy said it's pointless for him to go and visit the mother together with the children, because he doesn't want the toxicity to go to his children. So he cut off the ties, blocked them, and doesn't want to talk to the mother.
And you have to do that. Sometimes you have to have some drastic measures. Otherwise, you will never move forward. You will always be that kid who is stuck somewhere. You are you're an adult, but you're an adult whose inner child is still crying and whose inner child is still wounded. Because if you do not do this, you will never know how to relate with other people. You will never know how to know when to trust. You will never know how to differentiate love or hate. You will never know how to move forward. You will always be like a crippled, almost like a crippled person trying to run. It's impossible, And I'm just using that as an example, not that I want to, put other people who are disadvantaged in any situation. So just forgive me, I use the word crippled, but it is almost, it's crippling. That is what I want to say. It's a crippling feeling. It's a crippling thing that it's always there, no matter how hard. I don't know how to describe it, but it's capped up in anxiety. It is capped up in fear. It is capped up in being a self-pleasing person. It is capped up in being you second guess yourself. You know, you are always second guessing yourself. It doesn't matter even if somebody, you know, congratulates you about something. You're like, where did that congratulation come from? Or even if you do something perfectly, you still go back and go like, did I do everything the way it's supposed to? You know, you are not.
I would like the viewers also to see
solidified.
I would like the viewers actually to see how people react to that musician ringtone, especially on his social media platforms. People question him, people laugh at him, people hate him. I mean, all these people who have not been in his life, they misjudge him, and I mean, you can imagine. You can imagine the whole scenario. You're a public figure. You're very famous. You say you have money, like the way he says, but people think it is crazy. You're acting crazy.
Yeah, but you see, just to go back to it, I just want to let people, or let these people know that it is hard for you to change someone who does not acknowledge their shortcomings. So do not try to change her, because she's not going to change. What I can actually tell you is just decide to move forward. You know, first of all, you need to see a therapist, because this is deeper than just, you know, it's
just
not
talking.
This is deeper, because this is something that has been downloaded into you. So you need to relearn the program, to unlearn that program. You need to unlearn that toxic environment. You need to unlearn the idea of all mothers are like this, or, you know,
respect your mother all the time. Respect your
Yeah, exactly. So these are some of the things that you can actually do, is basically cut ties. You know, cut ties. Love your mother from afar. If it is possible for you to, you know, you don't need to talk to her. There are other people who decide, okay, I'm going to be doing the shopping and whatever. That is up to you. But if you can, just cut ties until you totally heal, you know, whereby, because you can be 40 and there's something that your mom can tell you, and it just triggers you completely and it breaks you completely, you know, and you become that child that you were maybe 10 years ago, or maybe 20 years ago, who was being mistreated. So these are some of the things that you really need to do, is to accept she will never accept you, and cut clear ties and set boundaries. You know, this idea of your mom calling you, you know, blackmailing you so that you may actually
telling you that I'm going to curse you, the African way, where they say that your mother is going to curse you.
Yeah, but you see, there is no curse that can hold without a ground. You get, if your own mother has not played her part, there is no way she can curse you, and there is no way that curse is gonna hold if for sure she has been mistreating you, you know. So these are just some of the threats and some of the blackmails to manipulate you to stay into her what is it called, to stay into her grip. You get? So you have to set boundaries. You either decide, this is how I'm going to deal with her, then go for therapy. And apart from going to therapy, you also just need to find yourself. You need to find who you are without your mom, because your mom never passed on that, how do I put it? They never passed on that torch of you being a woman and you being validated, and this is what a woman is supposed to do, because all the time, all they did is just, you know, mess up your psyche and mess up your behavior and mess up your self-esteem. So you actually do not know yourself, because me, I normally tell people, if you do not have your self-esteem, that you do not know yourself. You have not set a standard as to how you want to be treated. And we can actually set standards as to how we want to be treated, even by our mothers. you know?
Yeah.
So it's not a matter of going in and, you know, having a quarrel with your mom. Oh, you are like this. Oh, you know, naming name, catcalling or whatever. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about the fact that you acknowledge, you know, I'm a human being, I'm of age, I can decide, I can go to therapy, I can heal, I can be whole again. I can actually begin to redefine myself once again as, you know, without the mother having passed down the, you know, the ugly torch. I call it the ugly torch, or her evil behaviors and the evil whatevers. And you just become a new you. It's possible. But as I said, it's something that you have to work on. It's not something that you're going to wake up and heal from. It's something that will take a process. For some people, it will take maybe 5 years. For others, it's going to take 10. For others, it's going to take, you know, maybe 20. For others, it's going to take less, maybe a year. For others, maybe your mom is actually going to acknowledge in the end and say, you know what, I was not a good mom. Maybe I was not at a good place at that particular time to take care of you and to accept you into my life the way you ought to have been accepted, and the healing process begins, you know?
Yeah.
But just in case your mom doesn't do that, there are other tools to, you know, be a better
help yourself. Help yourself, yeah.
So
as you wind up, Audrey, let's see some of the comments here. Due to toxications, I don't know if that's a correct word, some people decide not to have kids. Unfortunately, they love other people's kids but can't have their own. Those are some of the effects of a toxic parent. And Diana said, let them get a professional help. Diana will host you one of these fine days if you're free enough and bold enough to talk about your mother. Audrey, you can see any comment that you'd like to respond to before we finish the show?
Yeah, I can see, let's see.
David
Frida Kamis. Yes, not all. I'm adopted. My adopted mamas were too strict and thought they were toxic. But if you ask me now, they made me who I am today. For I am to accept, for them to accept me. They didn't mind my religion, neither cast me out or something of the sort, but took care of me. I'll forever be grateful. And that is awesome. That is awesome, Farida Kamis. And this is not the kind of push that I was talking about. Farida Kamis, the kind of push that I was talking about is not the push that makes you to propel towards something that is awesome. These are mothers who push you down. There's pushing you up, there's pushing you down. Your adopted parents pushed you up to be better. But what I'm talking about is the mothers or the stepmothers or the, you know, the mother-in-laws who actually push you down, which is also just another topic by itself, who pushes you down to
they don't want you to prosper.
Yeah, they don't want to see you prosper.
Yeah.
Like she's your enemy number one, period.
Yeah.
You know, those are the kind that I'm talking about. And then we have Rose Wanjiru. God is great. Today, I'm a very successful woman and very strong. I live my life with no matter what my mom says, I think. Says. No matter what my mom says, I thank God, which is amazing, which means you're in the healing process, which is an awesome thing, you know, and I congratulate you for that, because it's not easy getting out of that shell. It is not easy getting out of that cocoon. Yeah. And Judith Dimari says, it's in the Bible, we should respect and honor our parents. You are totally right. I'm totally of your idea, but you are not going to be with a woman or be with a mother or a parent who actually sells you out to prostitution or sells you out to men, you know. Like, how is that, you know, respect? How is that? You know, what people forget also is that God in the Bible also says that do not anger your children. Apparently, that same verse, when you go down somewhere there, it says, parents, do not anger your children. So it's it's a win-win thing, you know?
Yeah,
and
do not provoke.
Understand.
Yeah, actually, yeah. You say do not provoke the children. But Audrey, I want to add this interesting comment here by Edith Josephine. She says she was almost becoming a toxic mother. Yeah. And then to her daughter at early age, hating her with no reason. But she thanks God that she changed, and now she's a good mom to her. I would like you to briefly talk about the younger mothers, because you mentioned clearly one of the main root causes of a mother becoming toxic is how she got the child. So there are mothers who are watching you here. Probably they were not, the circumstances that they got these children or this child, they are not really happy and proud about it. And there are very high chances growing up with a child, she might become a toxic mother. What would you like to tell them as they are growing up with their children, even though maybe they are the only parent in the house?
What I would like to tell them is, do not let your children suffer for the mistakes that you made, that you chose. You know, don't let your kids suffer for the sake of their dad. If their dad left, it's not the mistake of the child, because I mean, what can a child do against the dad leaving or against the dad staying? Or there's some certain things that actually a child is helpless against, you know. And when you realize that your anger is actually always being projected to your son or to your daughter, then I think it's time for you to actually ask yourself, is this really the kind of legacy that I want to pass to my children? Because we never forget, you know, we never forget how our parents made us feel. And this is why you always see everybody is up in arms and saying, oh, my mom is the best, my mom did this for me. It's because they made you feel loved. They made you feel protected. But this other person is, on the other hand, you know, you are breeding a certain monster. You know, you're breeding a certain monster in this kid, because when they're done, that is when you will seek for help. Those children will not be there. You know, that is the time you are actually going to call somebody because you need help, because you forget we are also getting old, and one day you will need these children who you're mistreating right now, you know. And just give them that honor, give them that script, a new script, you know. Tell them, you know, I went through this, I might not be equipped to love you the way you would like me to love you, but that doesn't mean I don't love you, but I will find better ways of loving you or of relating with you, because, you know, we are different. Some people will act upon being shouted at, some people will actually act upon being, you know, talked in a very smooth tone. And most of the time I tell people, if you keep on shouting at somebody, at some point they will, you know, they just like, this is her shouting, let her shout, let her shout, let her shout. I will not hear her, you know. So cultivate that relationship with your kids, cultivate that bond, because at the end of the day in this world, whether you like it or not, it's all about relationships. Relationships are key, and you need them at one point in your life. So if you have kids that have actually come into this world as you know, result of rape, then it is better for you to give them up for adoption. You know, if the feelings within you do not allow you to love them, then give them up for adoption. If you did not, you know, go through other means, then that means that you actually decided to have the kid, then, you know, just give them up for adoption. It's better that way, you know, rather than torturing them emotionally and making them feel like they're nothing. You see, you will have not done anything better. At some point you just become like your toxic mom, period.
Yeah. Right. I think we should wind up now, unless you have any other thing. Thank you so much. I see many comments and the viewers. I already see some messages coming in. It's a beautiful topic. Some people already telling me, Benjamin, I will come one day to share my story too. So I want to thank you, Audrey, for allowing them to see that they can actually talk about this. We don't need to fear. And when people say that our African mothers will curse us, our African mothers will, we need to respect them, I don't think other races, sorry to use the race card, that they feel the same way. I don't think that if a toxic mother, somebody in another country, another race, will say, if I don't respect my mother who is toxic, she's going to curse me. I don't think that. Maybe it just applies in Africa, you know?
No, let me tell you. Okay, I have had the privilege of actually living apart from just the continent of Africa, and the things that they do. Sometimes, okay, I always tell myself, oh, she's gone overboard, you know? But they have laws, And children are actually being taught, even in school, this is how you're supposed to be treated. Self-awareness, you know, you're being made self-aware. This is how you're supposed to be treated by your mom. This is how you're supposed to be treated by your dad. Not that they will give you everything and that every family is the same. No, every family is different, but these are the basics, you know, these are the basics. If you feel like you're being mistreated, these are the actions that you can take upon whatever. You can leave, you can go here. These are the, you know, the telephone aids. You can actually call this number, and they have youth programs to actually take through to take children who are going through this psychologically, you know, just to therapy and all that. And as I said before, this is not about mothers who are perfect. This is not to condone any kind of mother and how you raise your children. It is just those few instances that we want to talk about. So really, you have seen, and it's not like I know Diana or Ruth. I don't know them. I don't know them.
Yeah, they're just opening up. They're just opening up, and they're saying our mothers did this to us. And Diana just sent you a message here. She says actually, her story, the mother never told her the father for years. For so many years, she never told her who the father was. But finally, the mother decided to tell her the real father after she actually refused giving her money for some time. And finally, the mother had to just give out this information. And it's a challenge, especially for the mothers who are watching, denying their children all this information just for the sake of trying to protect their image and acting that way as the child is growing up to a certain age, not allowing them to get all this information. But that's another topic altogether.
Exactly. It's quite a broad topic, actually. There's a lot that can actually be discussed. But as I said, sometimes we just need to, you know, give it to people in bits, because not everybody believes what I've said. Not everybody actually understands the kind of turmoil and emotional damage that has gone through such kind of women. And then there, you know. Next, we will talk about maybe, you know, men who, you know, treat or rather misuse their daughters. So it's a twisted society. Let's just say that it's a twisted society.
I would like us to end there. Yeah. How long was that? You say today we keep it short and simple, not like last time. This was 1 hour and 18 minutes. That's pretty long, but it's okay. Thank you so much, Audrey.
It's very, it's saying,
somebody's saying you dressed for the occasion. Very beautiful and well articulated.
Thank you, Evelyn Kamunto. I really appreciate. Hey, Sophie Otiu, I can see you. Mokua Chepkoechi, I have enjoyed the discussion. Lovely. I appreciate. I hope that if you know somebody who's toxic to their children, you can actually come and you know, share the video with them. Let me just read something from Lena K. Patterson. My mother got married for about 22 years, left me to go and get married. She loved that man so much. She didn't even protect me when that Satan in the name of a man used to beat me. She was always watching. Let me see. It's quite a long post. She was always watching me, forcing me to call him my dad. My grandma brought me up. Those curses people talk about can't affect me. The only curse that can affect me is from my granny. Alikuwa mapenzi. Didn't know how my full education was and who supported me. She came out from that marriage, then she tried to come looking for me. You see? Toxic mother. You know, they try to manipulate you later when they realize, oh my God. Later, I told God I need to forgive her, and I did, which is okay. But that bond of mother and daughter is not there. And I fully understand you. I don't even miss her even one single minute, but I normally visit and support her. If that is the way you choose to, you know, deal with your situation.
Cutting boundaries and just do your part and let it be.
Then it is okay. You know, it's all right, because we all deal with situations quite differently. Never, ever the same.
We can respond to the comments later on, I think.
It's okay. There's no problem.
Yeah.
And with it, I really appreciate your engagement for those people who are here.
Yeah.
I really appreciate, and I hope that you've learned one or two things. And if you are a toxic mom, please think about it. You know, you have enough love to actually love all your children. And look within you. Your child should not be your source of competition. Your child should never be your source of, hatred. Your child should never bring out the worst in you. Instead, your child should bring out the best in you. But you are the one who has the cards. You are the one who chooses how to treat them. But there is no point of you hating your child or hating your son just because you are the one who messed up, or you are the one who made a choice, or because you think that they are the ones that actually made you to lose out on life. Honestly, you can still pick it up from here and you can still be that which you want to be. So that is all that I have to say. So
thank you so much. What about toxic dads? We are going to talk about it. One of these.
We will talk about.
Find a guest and we'll talk about it, David. So Audrey, as I said from the beginning, you have a YouTube channel. Could you tell them? Could you tell them your YouTube channel?
I do have a YouTube channel, and I talk about issues like this, which I really love. Things that people don't want to talk about, and it is called Sparkle with Love. Just Sparkle with Love.
Yeah.
So you can join me there.
Love. Yeah.
Exactly. And once in a while, sometimes I take a little bit long because life happens, but I always talk about something that somebody doesn't want to talk about. So join me there if you can. I will really appreciate it. And let's spread the love.
Thank you. Are you on Instagram?
Not yet. I am not on Instagram, but I will be very soon. Yeah, I want to focus on YouTube first and then grow my Instagram.
Okay, thank you so much. And for me, some of your friends who are watching you, maybe because you are friends on Facebook, they can follow me on my Facebook and also on my Instagram. The name is Benjamin_Bogonko, and on my YouTube is Benjamin Bogonko.
Ciao.
Yeah,
awesome.
Ciao. Thank you so much, Audrey. I wish you a nice night, and I hope to see you again.
I hope to see you too. Throw me out as usual, please.
Okay. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
You too. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. That's it for today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. What about Facebook? Yes, Audrey Love, that's the name that she's using. Check it there I tagged her name on this topic today. I will prepare another topic. Thank you so much for the support and for the love. And if you watch for the first time, I want to say thank you for finding time to listen to me together with my guest tonight. I will see you in the next live broadcast. May the same God that blesses me continue blessing you as a mother, as a future mother to be, as a father, and as a future father to be. And more importantly, as a human being who wants to show other fellow human beings nothing but love and kindness. Thank you for the love. Thank you, Audrey. Thank you for the audience. And thank you for your comments and sharing this video. Goodbye, and continue enjoying the rest of your day or your night. I will see you again in the next broadcast. Goodbye.
Are you looking for a home suitable for family living as well as an investment? Look no more. Certified Homes Limited got you covered. Sukari Heights, located in the most exclusive Kahawa Sukari neighborhood. Just 15 minutes drive to CBD and 20 minutes to JKIA is the place to be. Magnificently designed luxurious residence offering world-class lifestyle comprising of studio, 2 and 3 bedrooms plus SQ. Starting from 2.7 million. Deposit 1.5 million, then pay balance in 24 months. When you pay the deposit, you automatically qualify to get a ticket for holiday to your destination of choice free of charge. The apartment has a luxurious lounge that offers a relaxing feeling. The dining is sumptuous and inviting to your family and guests. Other amenities include supermarket, pharmacy, banking services, food courts, grocery, salon and barber shop, high-speed lift, backup generator, and backup borehole. Call or WhatsApp 0711 128 128 and visit www.certifiedhomes.co.ke.
Finally, prepay services to Africa. You can pay water, electricity, internet TV, pay your insurance and health, and even pay school fees. Oh, and by the way, you can also send airtime. A solution for Africa. AfricaPrepay.com. Check us out. www.africaprepay.com.
Certified Home presents to you Sukari Heights, developed by Certified Homes, is magnificently designed, luxurious, and executive residence offering world-class lifestyle. Starting from Kenya shillings 2.7 million, Sukari Heights is located in the most exclusive Kahawa Sukari neighborhood, just 15 minutes drive from Nairobi CBD and 20 minutes drive to JKIA. The location of these homes avails a short commute to work using an easy transport network, a large choice of dining and entertainment options. Designed to be the finest expression of world-class finishes, Sukari Heights is a rare opportunity to reside in one of the most exclusive addresses in Nairobi. As a resident, you will have access to lifestyle amenities including shopping center, gym, spa, eateries, and basement parking, suitable for family living as well as investment. As an investor, you will enjoy good returns on investment owning to recurring rental income, property appreciation leading to higher resale value. For further information, call 0711 128 128. You can also catch us at www.certifiedhomes.co.ke.